vibes. Like my mafia vibes. By the way, how many summers ago did I roast these niggas? Like, yo, I'm still on a nigga. Jesus Christ. I know some of y'all probably like, yo, get over it. No, nigga, never. Told you, never. Okay? Never. Okay? Listen, if it could be the day of that nigga's funeral, I might show up, like, just scratch the stage, like, just jump. Hey, Rory. Yeah. I'm telling you. Just don't. Like, this is deep. Don't be like, I get over it. Yo, act. Why you still? No. Y'all ain't notice that's me? Y'all ain't notice that's me? Nigga. It's the same thing with, like, Meg Thee Stallion. Bro, I don't give two fucks about notorious shit. Bitch, you not about to get up here and start talking crazy. Oh, what a card said? I'm gonna tell you what the card said. This is, yo, the nigga was trying to be like some mafia boss. Like, yo. Basically trying to threaten me like, yeah, I know where you live. Here's the thing. Nigga, if you gonna do some shit like that, nigga, you gotta shoot up a house or something. You can't just do this and think niggas just going, oh my God, he knows my address. We're all public figures. If you're at a certain point, I could go up right now and look up Chris Brown's house. I could look up all 3 or all 4 of Lil Wayne's house. Bro, they're public figures, bro. Find out a nigga's address, especially when it's public. Property records are public. You feel me? Anyway, remember I was calling this bum ass nigga a worker, right? You know what I mean? Because he was acting like he was talking to Spotify. Anyway, in the middle of the card, it said this. Look. Love a stooge. Remember I was calling them the 2 stooges? Love a stooge. That's what it said. Love a stooge. Like, so anyway, when I first got it, because I was beefing with mad niggas back then online, I try to keep a little Rolodex of how many niggas I be going back and forth with. I ain't gonna lie, I was like, did Meek Mill send a goon here? But I looked at the handwriting and I said, there's no Philly goon who got that great handwriting. Or who's going to CVS before he goes to spin a block and going into the Hallmark section to say, I wonder which card could intimidate academics. No, I knew it wasn't no nigga like Meek Mill. So I said, all right, let me just chill. I ain't gonna say a motherfucking thing because I'm thinking it could be this dweeb or the other dweeb. You remember the other nigga? Mealy Mall. That's Jay-Z's pre-cum, bro. That nigga, a nigga called me literally pre-cum. I'm tight. So I was roasting that nigga just cause, right? What did he do to me? I ain't just like the tone that he used to discuss me. I ain't like that shit. So I just had to get that nigga early out of here, right? So I'm thinking, of all the gangster niggas I'm beefing with, that it could really be an issue. I'm like, who the fuck could it be? So I found the thing. Of course, as much as I'm open with y'all, bro, not an idiot. I didn't say it immediately when I got the letter. Here is the thing, and I like when niggas like, yo, you know we assume, like, yo, these criminals are dumb. Like, yo, why would you go back to the scene of the crime? Or why would you confess the crime? Remember we were talking about in the YSL case? Why would you confess the crime in your song? It's not only idiots and street niggas who do it. Everybody does it. Look at this fucking idiot. That's how I found out it was him. So I'm holding the card. I meet with people around. I say, yo, all right. Clearly somebody tried to send a message, whatever. Let's be on high alert. We will have to handle whatever. Cool. Bet. I don't say nothing about it. But like a fucking guilty and amateur criminal that he is, he gets online and snitches on himself. One day I'm mad lit, mad drunk. There was a Tory Lanez album playing. It was like a release. I'm at my apartment because I still had the apartment and the spot. The apartment I used to stream it all the time. And I fell asleep. Everybody knows a big act gonna fall asleep at times, dog. Like, nigga, I'm on stream. I'm comfortably here, bro. I do what I want. You know what I mean? Like, nigga, if y'all niggas gotta watch me snore for a little bit, fuck it. I give y'all good entertainment. Let a nigga sleep. I'll wake up. We gonna do it again. You know what type of time it is, right? So I'm taking a real nigga extended blink. You feel me? I'm over here cooling. Bro, Rory is on Twitter. And I didn't even know until because, like, my mans who was watching, who lived close to me, he showed up to my crib. And he like, yo, bro, yo. He said, shut your stream off. Go to sleep. Right? And right before when I was about to go to sleep, like nigga, I'm lit. He said, yo, that nigga, like, yo, you know that nigga Rory was saying that you were fake sleeping for attention. Brother, let me tell you, let me play the direct, let me see it. I'm going to play you exactly. Nigga, this is how I fucking got up, nigga. Nigga, I'm fucking drunk as shit, nigga. Hold on. Where is it at? No. You know what, Undertaker get up out of the casket, nigga?
Now hey!
Nah. Nigga, this is my man's telling me.
Oh, yeah!
Yes, nigga. Nigga, I swear. You know what they say when you're drunk? They say certain niggas do cocaine. I never done cocaine in my life, but that's another thing he used to play with me. Told me I'll be playing with my nose. Like, nigga, yo, I'm black, nigga. I'm a Henny Casamigos demon. I don't do no pills, no nothing. You feel me? Anyway. So, nigga, when my man said that, bro, I was so drunk before. Bro, it was the most sober I've been in my life at that point. Nigga, the drunkenness just evaporated, nigga. I just sat up. And I said, fuck that, I'm going back on stream. I get back on stream, and I said, bitch, nigga, enough of this. I've been asking you to, like, yo, I told him I was down to do a podcast 1v2. I'm like, yo, both of you bozos, put y'all together. I'll deal with y'all accordingly. They won't do it. He's tweeting at me now. So I'm on stream, he's tweeting. And every time he says something, like he would say like the boy really think he Drake or like he like some type of mob movie. He'd be like, yo, listen, like he would just say some like mystical shit like, what was he saying? It was like, yo, just beware, you're never too far to not to be touched or something. But he kept typing like numbers before it. 3 or 4 numbers down the line, I get to realize he's putting my zip code for where my new house was at. Instantly hit me again because now I'm sober. The card that was left in your mailbox, the stooge, which you've been calling him, and you didn't acknowledge the threat, but now he's tweeting out your zip code in separate tweets with one number at a time. It's this fucking idiot. And after that point, the rest is history. I told you, we called a side chick. She got piped out in the pool. Randomly, some chick came here with a friend. Like, she was like, oh, you want to go to a mansion? We could go to a pool party, whatever. I'm like, why'd you tell this chick it's a pool party? Ain't no pool party in my fucking crib. So, well, she could just hang out. So I'm talking to the chick, and she was like, yeah. So I'm like, you got a man? She's like, not really, but he's about to be my man. I'm like, what you mean? She was like, well, he got like a fiance now, but like, he told me about to break up with her. Matter of fact, I was about to share, like, I'm glad, because we took phones. Like, I'm glad. She was like, yo, if I didn't take the phone, I was just about to share my location with him. I said, damn, who the fuck, your soon-to-be boyfriend that's now somebody else's fiance, like, why the fuck are you doing that type of shit? She said, you might know him. I said, who? She didn't know that me and the nigga really into it. I ain't gonna lie. To her credit, she ain't really know. She was like, yo, he be on the Joe Budden podcast. I'm like, who? Now, she's a black girl. I didn't even know he liked black girls. It's a black chick. She was like, yo, his name is Rory. Nigga, this is how, I got to give y'all the visual representation, nigga. Nigga, hold on. Be careful. Nigga, I'm in my kitchen, nigga. I got to give y'all the visual representation. This is how we having a conversation. I'm like, she's like, yo, she said, you might know him. Kind of like a little popular. He be on the Joe Budden podcast. I said, who? She said, his name is Rory. I was like this. Now the girl that came with her, I'm looking at her like, please tell me this is true. Shorty said, nah, this is true. Yo, I get all my mans. I said, emergency team meeting. Everybody, huddle around. I said, I'm going to keep it 100 with y'all. I said, I don't care what y'all got to promise this chick. I said, this is one of the rare times. If y'all need my Lamborghini, I'll give you the keys. Spin around the block with her a couple times.
Yo.
This chick right here, give her the world. Make her. I said, I can't do it because this might be a Trojan horse. I said, Rory might have sent his side chick for her to come here to do some shit and then leave with some weird allegation. Not into that type of stuff. I can't do nothing with her. Okay? I can't do nothing with her. Even though pretty much everything here is caught on camera. I can't do nothing with her. One of the guys, I said, bruh, forget everybody else here. Be really nice to this chick. At the end of the night, I remember Shorty's, she's crying. She's like, yeah, it's not fair. Like, I feel like he's been just like spinning me. Like I want to snitch on him. And I did the boy a favor. Like, because, you know, we called the phone. She was like, yo, give me my phone. Like, I'm going to just tweet out that I'm fucking this nigga. And I'm like, no. Don't do that. Don't do that. But she ended up fucking my guy. And then, yeah, that was pretty much history. I remember this bitch, she said, yo, and by the way, if she sees this, I don't mean to call you a bitch. I'm sorry. You're a beautiful black queen. Yo, she pointed at her bag. It was on there, like, went back in the kitchen the next morning. She said, oh, yeah. She was like, yo, you know who got me that? Rory. Bro, it was a fake Birkin bag. Never seen the shit. Like, because I remember, well, she didn't say it was fake, but bro, it was fake. Like, come on, bro. It's a sick. You think Rory, who's complaining about getting paid $50,000 by Joe, is buying a side chick a $60,000 bag? I remember I took a picture of it and asked Grand Wizard. Grand Wizard could put a word to his mother. I took a picture and sent it to Grand Wizard. And I said, Grand, you won't believe who's in my house right now. He said, who? I said, Rory's side chick is here. That's her Birkin bag, nigga. Yes. Oh, Grand's in the chat right there. Bro, I sent him the pic. And I'm like, yo, I'm going to keep this quiet. Nigga, I kept this shit quiet. But I ain't going to lie, man, I had to expose it. The chick was kind of mad. The chick was mad at her friend and mad at me. The chick was like, yo, did you, I guess she didn't really know that she was coming here. Like, and that we had, no, she didn't know we had issues. So she was mad at her friend, like, damn, did you know they had issues? Because, like, now he's exposing Rory. Rory's girl just beat his ass. Rory hit me up and said he don't want to fuck with me because I snitched on him and I didn't mean to snitch on him. And I'm like, so I go casualty of war, bro. I don't know what y'all talking about, bro. Anyway, I only say that to give y'all the full story once again. And I wish Rory well. But Rosenberg, let's keep it light. Leave my name alone. I don't necessarily speak on you without you speaking on me. And yeah, we go our separate ways. That's what I said. You feel me? Okay. Anyway, I don't think there's nothing more to talk about with these things.
Or anything in that regard. But I do consider myself thorough to some degree.
Oh my! You see, that's why I hate these podcast niggas. I consider do shit that's got them locked up. You're not thorough, nigga. Bro, being a man doesn't mean like let me try. I hate when niggas try to angle criminality to like, bro, like I'm not a criminal, but I'm never gonna spin a nigga block and shoot it up. It would never happen. I hate when niggas start saying words to kind of make it seem like they're about that life. No.
Oh, Chloe Bailey's hot as
You wouldn't do nothing criminal. The closest thing to doing some criminal shit would be dropping a letter in a mailbox. Nigga say I consider myself thorough. Nigga, which thorough nigga is dropping a letter with their handwriting in a mailbox before they do the thorough shit?
A lot back in return. I guess it's just the lines that I'm not willing to cross. That's
Well, I feel you, and that's again why I don't do a lot of the back and forth, because I don't, and in no regards am I a tough guy or anything in that regard, but I do consider myself thorough to some degree, and I don't play those type of games. I'm not that young and into the internet where those things like
mean
are
nothing.
okay to me. Like it's okay to me because it's the internet. Like
Right.
I'm still not that evolved, so I don't want to even participate because I don't play those types of games. So
you're what? You're in your mid-30s, right?
32.
32. Okay, 32 is old enough to not play internet games. That's correct.
Yeah, I'm not interested in it. I just bought a dining room table. I'm doing interior design in my house.
Rory, man, I hate when y'all niggas are hypocrites, bro. And again, the reason why I'm constantly rehashing history is that you guys don't have the loud speaker phone that I have. So when people see it, they're like, damn, when did act become tough? No, it's not act becoming tough. But imagine people trying you to the point that they're thinking of themselves like mafia bosses and gangsters and think you should be running in fear. You get what I mean? When someone tried to, like, that was cool with him, was try to, like, reach out or whatever, I said, bro, do you know the guy's, like, he came to my house and dropped off a letter. This was his response at first to the said person. Yo, I'm gonna be real with you. Like, he told the other person, yo, I didn't do it, but AKADEMIKS needs to be, he needs to be safe because it's really not safe for him out here. There's a lot of people that want to do stuff to him. And then even that, you're still trying to act like you're threatening, like you about to do something, right? Cool. I'm still roasting him. The same dude, who, by the way, he's also crying too. He's like, oh my God, Joe's not giving us fair. Like, Joe. Joe's like fucking verbally and treating these niggas like bitches, right? Comes back around again. The person says, yo,
Jesus Christ.
Because really, the person be watching the Twitch too. Be like, yo, Ack, you hilarious, but yo, you wildin'. I'm like, how am I wildin'? I'm like, did you tell him he's wildin' when he showed up to my house? No, you ain't tell him that, right? Well, he say he never did. Bro, I'm giving you all the fucking proof. The proof is right here. What more you need to do? I don't know if I sent the dude because I have it on security tape. Anyway, the next thing was this. Rory told this person, and this is who I know he was completely a bitch-made pussy. Because after I told the dude, I said, yo, so you're telling me he tweets out my mailing address. I call him a stooge. There's written on the thing a stooge. I call him a worker. He gives me a card called Boss Day. Like, and you want me to believe it's not him. And I see the nigga, so maybe he has a doppelganger. Cool. He goes back and tells the dude, yo, I'm going to keep it real with you. It's not me. My girl has some crazy Guyanese killers. And honestly, if anything, I've been protecting Ack. I've been telling them, please don't hurt them. They're killers. My girlfriend, her whole family, and go look it up. His girlfriend like Guyanese or some shit. Her whole family is Guyanese and they're killers. And I've been telling them, please leave Ack alone. The nigga just snitched on his girl. And I'm like, bro, you ain't even, like, even if your girl did some shit, which, you know it was you, but, like, let's say your girl did do some wild shit, like, you're not supposed to throw your girl under the bus. That's when I realized this guy was just spineless. It was over. Yeah, like, that's pretty much the last of it in terms of, like, me trying to see if there was some sincerity in. He was it wasn't an olive branch, but he was kind of like, oh no, why is Ack doing this much? Because the dude first came to me like, yo, Ack, I'm gonna keep it real with you, bro. You went across the line when you mentioned his girl and his girl's being engaged. And I could tell you what I said. I pulled his girl up on the screen and I said, yo, you a beautiful queen. You engaged to this bozo. We just piped this side chick out a couple of days ago. Sorry, there's no rules. The guy thought it was in poor taste. And I said, well, because he thought I brought the girlfriend into it first. I said, no, he got way personal by the time he showed up to my house. That's it. And then I never would have brought his girlfriend into it if he didn't say his girlfriend has Guyanese killers. Like, what the fuck is that? Anyway, little story down memory lane. If you are new to not a podcast, but the stream, you guys could get back into that type of shit. I think it was like 2 years ago or a year ago. I can't remember. What else? What else? We should probably move on to some better things. Okay. I was having a good time watching this Adam 22
Not turning nothing.
Joe Budden podcast. Okay? Let me see if I can find it.
I have
Yeah,
the
I'm cool.
frequencies.
About covering because I've
Covered your stories.
I think
honor
correct.
demand.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
More.
You
I think I
could
did, yeah.
have. I
all of this other stuff, then you know it's gonna be something.
Kevin didn't give a fuck about the hate he was getting the same way I didn't give a fuck.
Okay, so Adam goes on Joe Budden's podcast, and they kind of have a segment where they kind of question him about him doing certain type of content after the passing of Kevin Samuels. Now, you know, I think I'm very much involved in this topic. Not only do they talk about me eventually, but I think I'm involved in this topic because I am media, and I've told this to Adam recently. Me and him were texting about it. I'm glad Adam's going out and doing interviews now, because for a long time I was the most public-facing media figure. You don't see the owner of Shade Room go out there and do interviews to defend why she posts certain stuff or why she allows her site and her brand to be affiliated or post certain stuff. You don't see that necessarily with Vlad. Vlad he only really does interviews with people he kind of fucks with. Who else? Q back in the day, you know, I think people will criticize him, but this is like a different time with media. Everybody's kind of into media now. I've been one who've been just like, you know, whether people have tried to say whatever about the brand, I usually respond to it. I remember people say, why do you go to Clubhouse and debate with people when they're not there to understand, they're there to attack? And I'm like, I feel like even though we're media, we should put ourselves accessible to the audience who might have critique, even if some of it is nonsense. But putting out content necessarily that should be serving in the public good and never being accountable or never answering questions, you know, it kind of would make one feel like, yo, how interested is this person into the betterment of the culture, not just only getting financial gain from it. So I've done that a bunch of times, right? I think I've done it to the point that people have even grown tired of, oh, y'all gonna hit him with the same arguments, because I'm gonna get to it in this, and I'm gonna skip to the part real quick. Actually, no, let me go in sequence. They're getting at Adam for what he did with Kevin Samuels after he died. Now let me tell you what usually media platforms do. If someone passes away, if you had content with him, a lot of times you might see a re-upload, or you might see a re-highlight. Vlad does flashback episodes or flashback segments when people have passed, and there's always like this question of, is it poor taste, is it just capitalizing, and should a media platform be capitalizing off other people's, you know, misfortunes, right? Now, I think this is very interesting because when it comes to hip hop, a lot of people love to quote what they believe is their own morality in, oh no, we're for the culture, that's why we won't do it. Yet everybody's trying to have a business in hip hop. You get what I mean? So the news media, and the reason why AK turned to Big AK was basically, I have to show that the people who run these platforms, not only are we people, not only should we also be respected, but we're here and just as important as everyone else, and that's why I made myself accessible. Anyway, Adam put up a bunch of clips of Kevin Samuels. Here's my overall opinion, and maybe I could hear a little bit of his before I speak. Here we go.
You're spreading that person's message more. You're getting their content out there more. And I think that when they pass, it's even more important that we celebrate their life by talking about them and serving this content up in the algorithm for the people who love them.
Tell Ish about. Oh, go ahead.
You just fucked up though.
What?
You said when Vlad did it, your immediate gut reaction was cringy and it's in bad taste.
Right.
Why would you think that?
Because I hadn't thought about it enough.
Why would your immediate gut reaction be yo, this is in bad taste and it's cringy.
I think Vlad was the first one through the wall on a lot of things, and that he was the one who figured out that this made sense very early on.
You dancing.
You tap dancing.
You dancing.
What?
You didn't answer my
You're not
question.
answering his
I'm not
question.
talking about Vlad.
We don't
Why
care
did I
about what
think-
Vlad
Why
did.
did Adam
Because it was
think...
something I had never seen done at first. I thought, I've never seen someone just immediately upload a person's content after they passed. Then I
Why
thought
do you
about
think
it.
that's true? Why do you think you had never
and
seen
why
that
did
done?
your gut reaction think that it wasn't a proper thing to do? Because it's not.
Because I had never seen it done.
Because
But
you
then
were
as I
human.
thought
Because you
about
were
it,
human
I
in here
actually
somewhere.
thought, that makes a lot of sense. The TV networks do the same exact thing. If some fucking fan, say MTV was still what it is right now, and God bless, Pop Smoke passes, what are they going to do? They're going to be playing hour-long blocks of Pop Smoke music videos because that's what people want to see at that moment.
By the way, I'm glad. I give Adam this point. That's good. Great point. A great counterpoint. And by the way, I award this segment to Adam in totality. I think Adam had the better point. There is a very unfair expectation that only happens to black, usually black. Let's remove black. Hip hop platforms that we don't we don't hold the same standard to when it comes to other platforms, and we don't try to boycott them when they all do the same shit. God forbid, I won't even name an artist, but when Pop Smoke did die, Hot 97 ran his music all day. By the way, there's another part of this where they ask, why did Adam turn on monetization? No one's gonna ask, why did Hot 97 play ads that particular day? They have to play ads every day. They're a business. They're a corporation. They have a bottom line. They got to get to it. So whether they're acknowledging, celebrating, whatever the case is, rehashing Pop Smoke's life, legacy, or music, they're going to play ads. No one will ever get mad at Hot 97 that you hear a Sprite commercial after hearing 5 Pop Smoke songs right after he died. You know who's getting paid from that? Obviously the radio stations. There is zero commercial-free programming on linear TV, especially just regular cable. You're not seeing that. Oh yeah, Pop Smoke died. We're gonna play a few of his songs, maybe a couple interviews we got of his, but you're gonna get ads every. I think the average is about like 5 to 7 minutes. That's how it works on TV. That's just what it is. And nobody gets mad at MTV. Nobody gets mad at Hot 97. But if Adam posts a video, and by the way, I'm gonna show you, there is a difference though, and this is where I was saddened that Joe didn't get to this part of it, because I remember back in the day, before I even really got into media, there was a very interesting and infamous conversation where Joe had with Vlad. And I think it started a lot of their feud. And maybe, I don't have that much time, but fuck, I like to be in depth. Joe asked Vlad a particular question, and that's super different than what Adam did. And that's super different from what most what do you call it again? From most journalists do. Let me see if I can find that.
The fuck?
Joe Budden, Vlad interview. Da-da-da. I think it was on Lip Service. Lip Service. I need to play this question. Here we go.
We're talking about
Not like what I have to say.
Here we go.
Okay.
This is Joe and Vlad.
Was an asshole or
Speak on BlackBerry, man. You know what you are. Hold accountable for that. And if we take that.
Don't forget about spelling and grammar mistakes. Just click on the highlighted area.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Fuck them niggas. Hey. Niggas claiming Zooty, but not Zooty. I don't get it. Baby Rich be acting bougie, but that nigga don't be risen. T.O. wanna diss me, so I'm airing out his business. You ain't gay, so you suburban. Niggas robbed you ain't spending. Yuck mouth, nigga, I can fall into your gap.
Right off the bat, yeah, you know what? No, he's going in. He's going in. I don't follow this beef that much, but I'm gonna try and and react to some of the backstory of it. But anyway.
Niggas gangsta in they lyrics, but not living what they rap. Put a nigga on, he acting boozy like he that, but I'm the reason niggas popping your careers on my back, bitch. Need a chiropractor for this carrying I'm doing. I couldn't even pay a nigga to press play on all your music. Fake ass dress, you said that YBO influence. I brought Baby Rich on stage in Atlanta, they was booing. Double platinum, nigga, Richard T.O. was a peon. DDG, go spin your block and bust your windows out your Nissan. Bitch, get T.O. some money for advance, I need a refund. He said he gon' put some numbers up, but damn it, I don't see none. Pull up at a red light, popping out like every night. T.O. told me he gon' slide today, I supposed to be scared, right? Niggas can talk crazy all they want, but they won't dare fight. I'll pack a nigga up and seal him till he airtight. Rich pushing 30, but he call himself a baby. Show me what you made this month, I do those numbers on.
Yo, why you gotta say it like that though? He pushing 30, but he's calling himself a baby. Jesus Christ.
On the daily, where the fucking doctor at? Cause bitch, I'm going crazy. Had to drop the niggas off, it ain't my fault that you was lazy. Bitch, niggas claiming zooted, but not zooted. I don't get it. Baby Rich be acting bougie, but that nigga don't be risen. Yeah, T.O. wanna diss me, so I'm airing out his business. You ain't gay, so you suburban. Niggas robbed you, you ain't spin no cap. Yuck mouth, nigga, I can fall into your gap. Niggas gangsta in they lyrics, but not living what they rap. Put a nigga on, he acting bougie like he that, but I'm the reason niggas popping your careers on my back, bitch. Go pre-order my motherfucking album right now.
Alright.
Link in the motherfucking description or something like that.
Hey, whether that shit's a promo or for the album or some shit like that, it don't matter. It sounds goated. Love the diss track. Shout out to DG. Alright.
I won't post that up. You get me? Vlad said he would. And I think when I hear that, it reminds me of Joe now talking to Adam, where he's trying to almost paint Adam like that. And by the way, I haven't had that conversation with Adam. I don't think Adam would do that either. You get me? I think posting an old interview of somebody who passed away. Granted, you might be like, oh, you're overdoing it, just trying to like break it up in a million parts to get money. But reposting content you did with someone who passed away, that is not shaming them. That doesn't make them look like a clown. That doesn't make them look weird or whatever type of way. I don't necessarily think is bad. So that's why I go on the side of saying I'm with Adam here. Okay? Now, granted, I think Joe was trying to get the angle of the Vlad shit, and maybe that's just a him and Vlad thing. I'm not covering the nigga's funeral like that. You feel me? Like I'm not sending cameras to the nigga's funeral. You feel me? And honestly, usually when it comes to the passing of people, if it's not very celebratory in terms of like we've posted, yo, you know, and this is a picture that was taken by people around him and they shared via the internet. They're like, hey, we laid him to rest. Cool. Nipsey in very tasteful ways. Cool. But I'm not into certain other things. I wouldn't consider it content because also I do know people are grieving. However, I don't see the point. I think it was a weak attempt of trying to get at Adam about this shit right here. Just because, yeah, he's making money. Like, you know, being a platform, I feel like I'm doing more talking than playing the audio because it gets into this next point. Being a platform, this is how it sounds when I hear a lot of people criticize media. They're upset that media is a business. For example, you could look at a lot of things they'll say, like they're gonna later get on to say, yo, why did you interview a drill rapper who's super young, don't have that much songs out? That's going to help to possibly his demise. You're just making money from it. You could interview another, and then the next drill rapper you could interview. Well, this all is a business. The artists use the media like the media use the artists. I've always thought, I know people thought about the Warren Chirac shit that was super devoid of the music and the artists, but can I ask y'all a question, and I hope y'all answer it very fairly? Was the Warren Chirac not pretty much the biggest promotion, media-wise, for the artist that was doing drill from 2012 to 2015? Yes or no? Y'all tell me if I'm wrong. It was promotion for these guys. That was their content. You get what I mean? So it's like, you might look at it. So if you only want to blame media, you're gonna be like, yo, Ack, you made mad money off it, which by the way I didn't. Just like they're looking at Adam and say you made mad money off whatever, which I think Adam's point is like, but you know, like me giving this guy an interview is helping him get to the acquired goal of getting his music on bigger platform, bigger looks. He's trying to be a musician. It's not like these guys are rapping about, you know, just hanging out like just harmless shit. They're rapping about violence. A lot of these guys, that's the content that's drawing people in, and they're hopefully monetizing off of it. So it's not just Adam winning off of this shit. You know what I mean? It's like it's a whole full circle. I don't like conversations like this because it uses the media as the scapegoat. They get to a point in this conversation where they say, Adam interviewed a guy named FBG Cash. He shortly died, but when he was there, he was talking about other feuds and whatever shit that was going on. And they said, why would you bring this kid up here to do that? You're giving such a big platform for real beefs he has in the hood. And Adam made a great point, like, it's not no kid. This is a grown-ass man. He did like 7 years in jail and came out, and now he wants to do music. You know what I mean? And they're like, well, emotionally and mentally, he's a kid. And what I felt, and by the way, Ish made that point. Salute to Ish. You know, by the way, I like these two guys. You know, I love Ice and I love Ish. The only point I would say in retort is that when you place the blame on media to police, and I remember there was a part that were like, yo, you should be giving these niggas an IQ test. Let me see if I can find it. I know I'm talking about it.
It all comes back to me.
And now to delete it.
Well, I was actually really asking him for the.
Here we go.
Someone's lying on me.
Months ago, and
All right, so we waited.
Meet the man who killed Young Dolph. 7.
Just
Really helped a lot.
Let me
FBG Cash claims Lil Durk told him to take a photo at King Von's mural.
Rest in peace, King Von.
Rest in peace,
FBG
FBG
Cash.
Yeah.
Oh no, this is like this is not just an isolated incident.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
That's what he talked about in the interview. That's what he talked about.
That was it. Not funny to me.
I mean, that's
not at all.
It's an important thing you talk about.
But this is a microcosm of this business and what goes on and how some people look at black artists, black lives. Like, come on, Adam, you got a bigger responsibility than this as a multi-millionaire from fucking hip-hop.
Okay, I like that point. And this is always, and this is why I was on Everyday Struggle, right? And by the way, I love Joe's point and I love Adam's point. And I side a lot more with Adam's point. Even though I think Joe's point, you know, it comes from a great place. I've always tried to have this conversation as very inclusive, right? How could you look at the war in Chirac being so terrible without acknowledging that what the war in Chirac was 1/1,000,000th of what Lil Durk was doing musically, and now Lil Durk is the biggest artist in the world, affecting way more people than Ack. How could you ignore that, but then try to get mad at war in Chirac? Without Durk rapping "This Ain't What You Want" and 500 homicides and shit like that, we don't get Durk that's doing this. Without Durk having his team, I won't call it necessarily a gang, whatever, OTF, blah, 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 all these things, he doesn't get to this point. Where is the smoke for him, who, by the way, when we talk about it, I always feel like I'll be using Durk too much as an example, but sorry. His message isn't that changed. It's not like, you know, at least I stopped the war in Chirac. Durk is still rapping about niggas getting murdered every day, but you don't have smoke for him. Matter of fact, y'all look at his art as somewhat of a sacred, and then y'all blame the people who either support it or is somewhat involved in that art getting big. However, y'all don't have the same smoke for the record label owners. When Chief Keef, you know who signed the most drill rappers? It was Interscope Records. You know who signed 50 Cent? The guy who was saying "Get Rich or Die Trying," who was promoting a lot of violence? Interscope Records. Where's the smoke for Jimmy Iovine, who later went on to Apple Music, who later went on and never had to. So I remember one time I was on Everything Struggling, Jeezy was just like, yo, it's cool when you covering this shit, but you ain't had to go to none of these funerals, this and third. But Jeezy, the executive at Def Jam that was putting out your records, that's profiting off your music more than you, they never went to none of the funerals either. So who actually could delegate who should stand to profit from some shit and whatever. Given the fact that everybody's helping contribute to making whatever is a success, you could look at it in a vacuum and say, "Oh, Adam's promoting straight violence." Now, I'm only talking about shit with music. I'll be honest. I think some of the stuff when it comes to like LA gangs, if there's no music attached to it, like I watched some shit that was like about 60 Hispanic dudes that rolled up to his shit over some, I don't know, just straight gang shit without it actually being relevant to mainstream hip hop or at a level that Adam should be at. I can't get his back on that. I think that's a personal choice. He's in LA, and I think that's probably him playing his own politics, because I think No Jumper is at the point where when I went there was mad Crips. There's niggas who are in the hood. Adam is a multi-millionaire. Adam has the biggest platform on the West Coast. And I think what inevitably happens, because he hires a bunch of Crip members to do shows for him, is that there's politics being played and also politics coming out on the show. And what it's turned into is that it's not only just about culture or content, it becomes about some street shit. That I can't really comment on. You get what I mean? However he navigates that, that's on him. But when it comes to like hip hop stuff, why don't we, again, I'm the first person I believe that's ever came to say there's shared responsibility. Nobody ever, they try to say that I was responsible for all the murder in Chicago. But nobody would want to blame Chief Keef, Lil Durk, Lil Herb, all them. No. So it's one of those things where like nobody want to take real accountability. You get what I mean? It's like, it's a pointless conversation. And when I look at conversations like this, I feel it's super unfair, especially now, because in the space we are at now, Joe Budden, podcasts, and other entities are more synonymous with what people do. Let me give you an example. When I was doing my reporting, quote unquote, and I was putting up mad videos on, YouTube, doing the War in Chirac, and I was doing my regular videos, which, by the way, I can't wait to get to that. They were grossly incorrect by saying that the War in Chirac gave me my break. Hold on, let me see if I can find that.
Light shined on his project. Your own
raps about street shit, right?
Your behavior.
Not trying to promote that
all the time. And a lot of I've never seen this tape before. Sound more sinister.
Oh, like when you call me a domestic abuser.
Death, which is I don't think anybody thought that.
It's offensive to the family.
That's not true.
It's offensive
to the family.
That's not true.
Literally already locked up.
I don't care. And you to tell me that you never
is doing more numbers than that.
Got his big break.
This nigga is the devil.
What was the movie? What was the movie?
You keep talking about me. You keep talking about me.
What's the movie with the white brother?
I think it's
this
really,
is disgusting.
I like facing this criticism, so I don't mind getting this all out here, because I do think it's an important conversation for us to have. I also just don't think I did anything wrong. So,
yo, dog, and you know why? I was giving you a lot of bail. This is what's happening.
Hey, pull up accountability.
He don't think that this shit is nothing, because he might not have grown up there. We grew up in this.
If he was stuck with his little biker buddies, he'd feel different.
No, we grew up in this.
He'd feel different.
And again, these are our fucking nephews. And you saying that drill music is your biggest genre of music that you listen to today. King Von is one of the biggest artists in the fucking drill. And you to tell me that you never seen his album cover is some bullshit.
Some random ass mixtape that is not on streaming services.
That's not random.
I wasn't listening to him.
You know what it is? Let me tell you this. Let me interrupt.
I love hip hop, but I never seen Ready to Die album cover.
I can think of countless insane things that King Von has said in songs that are so much more offensive than him putting the score on the album cover. So, I mean, regardless.
It is on streaming. It is on streaming. It's classified as an album. So let me just show you real quick.
Of course it's on streaming.
Take a look right here. That's Apple Music.
Of course
it's
on streaming.
Look, you really think that I would look at that album cover and be able to tell that it says the score?
When he brags about it?
It's like 2 pixels up top.
I'm just letting you know that it is on streaming.
Why? You go out your way to find a nigga that kills somebody?
It's close to 2 pixels.
I know.
It's
you find a nigga that
unreadable.
That's
yo, you looking at
I don't know about the album cover. I'm just saying you guys are choosing the most bizarre example to try to call me a hypocrite based on.
Yo, y'all
this nigga is the devil.
What was the movie? What was the movie?
You keep talking about me. You keep talking about me.
What's the movie with the white brother and the black brother? Y'all, that's y'all. Y'all twins. Danny DeVito and fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger. That's y'all.
Yo, what we saying is...
I was thinking about a different movie.
It was a different movie. That was a different movie.
Ambulance.
I know what you're talking about.
Ambulance. That's y'all.
Oh, yeah, Ambulance.
I'll get that.
What our broad point to you is, let me try to use a content example that you might understand. And even if you want to act like you don't get what we're saying now, at some point in your evolution, you will have to come to face with what we're saying.
No, he won't.
Ak got his big break doing what?
YouTube.
What on YouTube?
You're referring to Warren Chirac, but that was not his first channel. He started that channel.
I didn't ask you about it.
Yo, Adam was a chat nigga, man.
First channel.
I hate when people act like Warren Chirac was the biggest thing.
His question was
always doing more numbers than that.
Got his big break doing what? What's his question?
Keyword there is big break.
Everyday struggle.
By the way, Adam's completely right on this.
All right.
Hey, yo,
let me
I know your fiance be wanting to kick your ass. Your fiance wants to.
I don't like him.
He fucks with me.
I don't fuck with this white boy.
Yo. I know your fiance be wanting to kick your ass when y'all argue.
I'm gonna give you just a comment on this. I'm gonna give you I think is a great analogy, because the Warren Chirac was an epic series, but it's often misconstrued these days that I built my career off of Chicago. Okay? Now, you're talking to somebody who has done over 3+, I think the last stat I got was close to 4 billion views on YouTube since I've started. I've had many channels deleted. I've had many different main channels. I've only had one Warren Chirac channel. But let me tell you when the narrative started. The narrative started around the time that people was noticing that I was leveling up. I had a lot of people listen to me just on all my platforms. And then people were like, how could we tear this down? How could we just basically make this not seem as official as how it's looking? And they latched on to the Warren Chirac. So they used to say, well, this is a guy who makes fun of dead Chicago kids. That's how it started. It like none of these people really have any semblance of the Warren Chirac. You know why I'll say that? Because the characters I was covering in the Warren Chirac, they don't know. If the Warren Chirac made me that popular, how come y'all don't know none of the niggas other than the main rappers I was covering in the Warren Chirac? Nigga, like if there was 8 characters I was covering a lot, P. Rico was one of them. Lil J definitely one of them. They don't know these people. So really, they never really cared about the Warren Chirac. It just became the only place when you couldn't find anything to knock somebody with, that became the thing. I'm going to quickly just show this real quick. Warren Chirac. This is the channel. Oh, shit. No, I think it's youtube.com Chirac War. I don't know my own URLs. I haven't used this channel forever. Okay. It has 389,000 subscribers. Let me be honest with y'all. This channel has done better posthumously than actually, while for some reason now it still gets a bunch of views just because people are going back. These were not the views then. Of course, I wasn't flopping because I'm a nigga. I'm a real nigga. But all these views are inflated. I didn't even have, I think I was like, when I quit, I probably maybe had like 289,000 subscribers. So maybe 100,000 subscribers less. These views just weren't like that too. Anyway, so I haven't done it. It says the last one was 5 years ago, right? I'll look at the time. Check it out now. March 17th, March 26th, 2017. By the way, I started Everyday Struggle that time. So I quit pretty much the exact same time. All right. Yeah, and the video, this was when rest in peace Alfredo Santana, right? I really bring this up because of this. If you look at this channel, I did 144 million views on here. Okay? I did 144 million views on this channel. This is why when people say this is my big break, let's look up just DJ AKADEMIKS, right? I'm gonna look up just channels, right? So channel. This was my main channel before anything. Let me just show you because sometimes y'all know it off the face. This is Young Me. This is when this is my first kind of like main channel, right? And this channel I retired way earlier than Warren Chirac. So I retired this, I think in 2014. So I retired one in 2014. I retired the War in Chirac in 2017. This channel still has more views. This has 149 million. This channel, which was my main channel at the time, has more views than War in Chirac. Okay, we're just gonna look at random channels. My actual main channel now. Let me look at I have a backup channel. Let me see if I can find that. It's called The Negotiator. The Negotiator. Fuck. I used to have mad channels. Oh, I only did 179. Oh, this has 179,000 subscribers. I think I ain't used this for a long time. Maybe like 40 million views. Yeah, I ain't used this for a long time. I had another one with I believe like 200,000. I got deleted. That had about like 112. It got deleted. I don't know why I got. Actually, I do know why I got deleted. I was crying like tears when it got deleted. My actual main these days, right? My actual main these days is 1.3 million. 1.3 billion. Right? To put in comparison, No Jumper as a platform has 1.39 with one channel. Well, they just got clip shot. Compare all the channels I've had. One's got deleted. Other people who like freebooted whatever my content. It's around 3 to 4 billion. But I'm not doing this silly shit I had, by the way. Anyway, the point of what I'm trying to say is that if you watch what I've done, the War in Chirac has never been the main thing. Now, I'll give you this, and this is where people won't acknowledge. The War in Chirac has never been my biggest content, but it's always been my most edgy content. So I think this comparison is a great compromise. The War in Chirac has been, to me, what Donkey of the Day is to Charlemagne. However, nobody says Charlemagne is big because of Donkey of the Day. They say he's big because of the Breakfast Club. Do you understand that? I hope y'all get it. Tell me if that makes sense. The Donkey of the Day is the edgiest shit Charlemagne does. It is a thing, right? But what has made Charlemagne be the personality he is, and has helped him get to other levels, is the Breakfast Club. You get what I mean? So the Breakfast Club has made him what he is, but he does have an edgy thing that he does that a lot of times people get mad at, which is Donkey of the Day. So when I hear that the War in Chirac got me on, I'm like, really? No, it did not. I'm gonna be very honest. I don't want to sound being egotistical. What got me on was that I created a chokehold. I had 7 channels. No. I had 3 active channels. My main, my backup, and War in Chirac. And I started with a channel called Crime Fails, never really kept up with it. So I was trying to do 3 to 4 channels. I created a stranglehold at that particular time on news reporting. Everything hip-hop, every album coming out. Nigga, I was reviewing shit before Fantano. Like, what people don't realize, and I was texting this to Adam. 2010 to 2013, I'll read my text to Adam. Because I texted him about this. This is the AKADEMIKS, like, whatever, if you want to. I said, yo, nobody wants to talk about how the biggest spike in my career, I hit 1 million subscribers. I hit 1 million subscribers and got the biggest subscriber leap ever. And I became like a de facto guy to go to, especially during like rap conflicts or whatever, during Meek and Drake beef. I was tweeting everything out. Nigga, I know Rap Genius existed, but I was connected. I'm like, yo, when Drake rapped this, it's because that happened over there. I was super big on it. Every one of my tweets back then was getting like 20,000 retweets, this and third, because everybody was involved in that beef. I was doing videos back and forth, breaking down lyrics. That's what got me the biggest spike in my career. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. Nigga, I was treating that shit like the Cavs versus the Warriors in the finals, nigga. I was going in. Every fucking freestyle, every like post, I was going in, nigga. That's the biggest uptick in my career where I felt like fans who didn't know some of the shit they were missing in these beefs, they were getting tuned in by me. You get what I mean? So that was the biggest uptick. But like from 2010 to 2013, I was reviewing albums. I remember one of my first joints was slamming a couple Kanye albums. I used to review Drake shit, just making straight comedy. I used to review Future, all that type of shit. A lot of it was reviewing music, obviously doing news stories, right? Using lyrics to kind of create stories out of them because niggas was rapping about shit. But other than Rap Genius, you never really had conversation about them because then, like, Breakfast Club not going to cover a couple of lines, right? I would, right? Then from 2015 onwards, literally was the new rapper wave with Uzi, X, Yachty, Pump, 6ix9ine eventually, but also covering that's what 2015 was important because I covered the Meek and Drake beef. 2017, the new nigga era is here. Uzi and all these dudes, I get on Everyday Struggle. I just can't see how, people are trying to rewrite the history to be like, yo, the war in Chirac got me lit. That's not what got me lit, bro. Like, I'm not gonna lie though. It was talked about within certain communities. Just like right now, if I tell you like, yo, like, say if I was covering New York drill, right? If I'm covering like, yo, the beef with like, I don't know. Say they were free. I was covering the beef with K Flock and fucking D Thing or whatever the case is. Like, bro, that's not what's gonna get you onto mainstream. No, it's not. But it'll be the edgy content you do. Cause I ain't gonna lie, for some people they thought it was the funniest, most interesting content I did. I'll be honest. Anyway, I'm not tripping over it. I think by the way, this is a great conversation on both sides. Both sides. Great conversation. I texted Joe, great conversation. Texted Adam, great conversation. What I do think is missing here is that, let's be real now. And I know I got to go very shortly, so let me just get to the point. We do have to be real. We're at a time in history, right this moment, where it has to be acknowledged that what Adam does, what I do, what Vlad does, everybody who claimed they were too real of a nigga to do that is doing. What am I talking about? Vlad pioneered the breaking interview up into 50 clickbaitable clips. And you could go online right now and the real niggas are doing it too. If you go to, what's the battle rapper guy name? What's his name? I mentioned his name. I don't know. I'm forgetting his name. Everybody's doing it, bro. Cam Capone is doing it. Bro, everybody's doing it. So it's like, there was a time they used to be like, oh, it's the nerdy white guys and the corny black guy act that's doing it. Everybody's doing it. You get what I mean? Like, Joe Budden talks about the same type of topics. Maybe he doesn't go as far. And that's why I'm like, you can't knock if a motherfucker wants to go further than you into the same topic. Because really, if there was a real nigga code, you just wouldn't even acknowledge it. But obviously, you acknowledge some violence or some type of violent type music in hip hop. So now it's becoming nuanced in how you're critiquing. You're saying, well, I wouldn't go that far in talking about it. But now you're telling another person that they gotta adhere to your code. You know what I mean? We're all doing the same shit now, right? Everybody's a podcaster. Everybody, Matt Hoffa. Everybody's a podcaster. Everybody's clickbaiting. Everybody's talking about everything going on. There was a time when they used to say, oh, it's Chatty Patty. Niggas like Academics and Charlemagne are gossiping. Everybody talks about everything. I could look up right now and I could Google Joe Budden talks about YSL indictment. And maybe he ain't jumping all the way into it to say, well, this person is beefing with this person and I heard this and third. Granted, I'll give him that. But we all are basically doing content. It's just that I feel it's hypocritical when you're just telling somebody how far to go. That's why even with Adam, for example, shit, if I'm him, I wouldn't do some of the, like, I think he's into a lot of LA politics. Sometimes I'm watching it, I'm like, why does this look like a gang, like, symposium? Like, you know what I mean? It's an LA street gang politics symposium. I wouldn't do that. But that's on him. Now, am I going to tell him to stop? No, there's going to be repercussions or there's going to be consequences that he would have to face or that will eventually happen, and that's on him. I don't have either opinion. because it would be a hypocrite of me to tell him that he should do it like this because I'm doing it like this, because I do my own content different ways that he probably wouldn't do. Like when I did the War in Chirac, I think he even mentions it here, he wouldn't do the War in Chirac. So again, we're all content creators, and the only thing, just to wrap this up again, this conversation was very different when the majority of music wasn't content creators, and it was dudes who were just living privately or just expressing himself with art. Every nigga is a podcaster. Every nigga has a mic. Every nigga is telling stories or recapping or putting shit in their own words or giving their opinion about it, whether they're getting really into it, whether they're clickbaiting. Everybody's doing it. I think it's super unfair these days to act like Adam, to act like Vlad, to act like Sean Cotton, to act like AKADEMIKS, to act like any of the people who are doing media, maybe like as a bigger brand, is to be held to a standard that really nobody else is held to. So that's my opinion on it. I think this conversation is dated. Like some of the stuff that I'm talking about, like podcasts are going to talk about too. They just won't say it first. Right? So a podcast is going to talk about, if I report, yo, O Block just got indicted, they're going to mention it on their podcast. They just won't break the news. We're talking about the same shit. You know what I mean? Anyway. All right. Okay, cool. Yo, I really almost have to go. Damn. And I spent my whole time on 2 topics. Fuck. By the way, love these conversations. Joe was trying to call me during this podcast. I wish I was in a room. Salute to Joe. By the way, I told him his podcast is booming recently. They bounced back from letting go the Stooges. The Stooges, they're flustering. They're doing bad. They're down bad. God is good, and Joe is winning. And Adam doing his own thing. You know what I mean? He's fucking hordes of whores, and he got his own platform, very unique to him. Congrats to him. All right, let's keep this bitch moving. What the hell more could I talk about in like, shit, how much time do I really got? Fuck, okay, all right. I got that much time. Let me just see. Yes. Oh, I got to talk about YSL. Thank you. Okay, I'll touch on this real quick. This is the DA, right? This is her speaking. I did a video on this, by the way, on YouTube. This is her basically speaking on if there are snitches who previously was willing to snitch, trying to not cooperate anymore. This is what she said.
We've seen a lot of delays and people not wanting to testify, and even some people who originally were willing to testify now filing to delay. Do you think this is part of a general tactic to push it as far past the election as possible by certain people?
You're an excellent reporter, but with that, I'm going to end this press conference. Thank y'all for coming.
By the way, so I've been giving a little bit more information, even maybe what I may have known on the video that I did on YouTube. So let me give you the breakdown. This necessarily wasn't just solely about the YSL case. There isn't, like, the trial dates, the earliest one is in January. From what I hear, about 10 to 12 of the defendants out of the 28 don't have attorneys. Honestly, it's unlikely this shit will go to trial anyway in January. I think a lot of attorneys are going to go for adjournments. People are going to want to push the shit back. People are going to start coming to plea deals. And, of course, there will be snitches. Now, let me just speak on that. One of the situations and the reasons why this district attorney is very concerned about the welfare of the people that are going to be testifying is because they are kind of needed for conviction. This whole situation, if you especially look at Young Thug doesn't get convicted unless niggas actually tell on him. I'm going to be honest with you. No one tells on Young Thug. I think it'll be very hard to secure a beyond reasonable doubt guilty verdict, because everything could be circumstantial. Everything could be it just happenstance in the sense of, yeah, not because Thug rented a vehicle means he instructed somebody to do the killing. What proof do you have that he told somebody to go do a killing? Did you ever find Thug with a gun in his hand at any time? Did you ever? So basically, it's going to require somebody piecing it together. it's going to require somebody cooperating to say, well, why did you buy 2 ski masks over here and then give it to this person here? We have you on surveillance tape buying the ski mask. Why would you do that? Like the ski mask was used as a murder. You're going to be accessory to murder or something like that. Now, that person who probably isn't in a gang, it could be a girl, somebody's baby mama, somebody's girlfriend, somebody that's just out the way. They'd be like, yo, okay, I'm going to cooperate and say, well, this is a guy who told me to buy a ski mask. And when he told me to buy a ski mask, Young Thug was right there. Young Thug pulled up to the same spot when they told me to. So it's one of those things where, like, this RICO case and pretty much all RICO cases usually rely on confidential informants. Now, I think one of the things that we don't know at this point, and it hasn't been revealed yet because the full discovery isn't all the way submitted, we found out that some people were cooperating basically over years. What we haven't found out is, I won't say not necessarily who, but exactly what they have in terms of, remember in the 6ix9ine case, we found out pretty close to trial that the driver had 6ix9ine's car bugged. You get what I mean? They kept that secret for a very long time. You get me? They just said in court for a long time, we have video of the kidnapping, right? When everybody heard video of the kidnapping at first, that this was doing bail hearings and shit like that, people are like, oh, okay, well, maybe they caught a surveillance footage of it. It was until they were close to going to trial and they submitted the full discovery, they basically said, no, the driver of the car was basically a government agent because we wired his car with his consent and he knew all this was being taped. You get what I mean? And, yeah, when they pulled that shit out in court, 4K footage of you kidnapping 6ix9ine, you're going to jail. So these are things that I believe that the prosecutor probably has, but I do believe that, people like, say, 6ix9ine's driver, there's always going to be a few of those, right? Like people who have been caught up in some shit and assisted the police with their further investigations. I think what this might even allude to is that the main witnesses, there was a nigga named YSL Woody. Yeah, of course. Like, shit, I don't know if he was going to tell, but shit, if he was going to tell, I would imagine there have been so many threats on his life and his family that he probably tell.
All right, okay. I swear I saw this Tiffany Haddish stuff. Where is it? All right. Fernando.
It's a lot of politics at play when it comes to, obviously, the DA trying to make sure that she gets to the White House somehow. Remember, Kamala Harris, she got to the position she got in, which I was always like, it's crazy when I see black people will support any black face. Like recently when I said the Trump shit on, I was like, yo, I ain't gonna lie, right now I was voting and it was Trump and Biden. I'm voting for Trump. People are like, oh my God, you said Trump. And everybody's wild. It's like, bro, like y'all gotta be able to think for yourself. You don't have to even agree with that. And by the way, I might even switch my opinion. Who cares? But bro, you gotta be able to like just stand on an opinion and also just not be a sheep. It's like, put like this. Kamala Harris, you know how she got to the fucking White House? She gained a reputation by being tough on crime. What did that mean? She gained a reputation by locking away people that look like her. Not saying that she shouldn't, because most of them were doing crime, but she went in the precinct. She had the face and the color that people couldn't say, oh, it's racist. And she fucking put hard years on niggas. That's how she gained a reputation. And then they say, well, we could use your face and complexion to get the black people to fuck with us. So what it is, what do you think she's doing? She's targeting Bro, she said she watches Real Housewives of Atlanta. And she said, yo, she's locking up a nigga who robbed one of the people on the show because she likes the show. Bro, she's literally like, again, by the way, she is going at Trump too. She's going at Trump for some like voting shit. But outside of that, she's primarily targeting black people with crime. When I say that, I'm saying that crime happens all around. Crime happens with fucking white collar crime. It's a lot of people doing crime or potentially doing crimes. And she's more involved in just gang shit. Now, granted, shootings and shit like that has gotten out of hand. So they're like, I don't think people are looking at her like, yo, you're a sellout, because truthfully, people keep saying that Atlanta has changed. Niggas have just turned that shit into a shooting zone and people don't like it. However, she's going to gain her reputation off of locking up some of these people. So here's what I'm saying. She got to play this also very close to ear. She got to be very keen on this. I'm going to tell you why. When it comes to election time, when it comes to, you know, obviously the fate of her being in the balance, she needs convictions. She needs murder stats down, shooting stats down, to justify why you've locked up so many people who, to the masses, they love. Atlanta loves Young Thug. So to justify why you have Young Thug in jail and you want to keep your job, you got to show that ever since we locked up Young Thug and his comrades, crime went down. So I'm right. Right? So again, they're playing politics a lot. You know, she has to be aware of these timelines, and, you know, she's trying to make, like, if you ever watch The Wire, I think it's the best TV show ever. The Wire just shows how everything is politics. Everything, like, you know, it's the full circle version. It's like, yo, somebody's about to run for a particular office. Shit, if the agenda is job creations, shit, they're going to extend a bunch of loans to businesses that they can hire people. You get me? Even though it's going to put the city in debt. But now you get more people hired. You get to show up to a press conference and be like, yo, actually, the unemployment rate is down. Like, I'm doing a good job. That's how it's politics as usual. Oh, crime is a big problem? Crime is an issue? All right, cool. Let's lock all these motherfuckers up until I have to get reelected. Then I could be like, ever since I started putting out these RICO indictments, crime is way down. You get me? So you lock up anybody who could possibly be doing anything bad when the next, because they usually do it in quarterly stats. When the quarterly stat, I think there's a police commissioner right back here. They usually wear this. I don't know if it's in land, but this is usually the color that they wear. If not like a suit. Anyway, when the stats come back to be like crime been down ever since Young Thug and him got locked up, she looks amazing. You know who's doing the voting? Not the Thugger fans. It's going to be like the regular people, the old people in the communities who just want to see results. Like, okay, there's been less shooting on Cleveland Ave. You know what I mean? Cleveland been quiet. Great. Let's put her back in office. So there's a lot of politics being played. I don't think that she think her case is weak, but I definitely think she's playing a game of keeping these motherfuckers locked up, not back on the street, because she wants to try to keep crime down to get, I don't know if she's going to be up for re-election or whatever it is, that she going to make sure she does a good job, that she can move on, move up the ranks, and eventually become vice president or maybe president of the United States. This is how it goes. Fortunately, is a pawn on her chessboard where she feels like him and his organization, YSL, is doing too much fuckery, so she's getting them out of the way. The drug-rich niggas out the way. She had some other Crip niggas out the way. She got the YFN niggas out the way. And she's clearly saying she's down to stuff the jails. Yo, there's stuff in the jail. Let me put it in perspective. Even this, like, you know, press conference, they locked up 16 people. Is it 16 or 26? I can't remember. These new people, like, Fulton County jails is facing overcrowding. They're locking up so much people, they're sending them to other counties. Oh, well, we don't got no space for you here. You got to go over there. So again, she believes in locking niggas up to keep the crime down, and that's her strategy. I think there's still a lot.
All right. Hello. 1 2 1 2. Okay. All right. I've always wanted to react to Tiffany Pollard, like when she was on our Celebrity Big Brother UK, and this is the time. This is the time. Here we go. Tiffany Pollard, aka Tiffany, right, from Flavor of Love. She was hilarious in Celebrity Big Brother. So anyway, without further ado, let's jump into it, and don't forget to like and subscribe.
For being on the Flavor of Love. I was known for being very feisty and outspoken on the show. You look like Luther Vandross.
Happy birthday, my darling.
I can't believe that fucking Jenna gave me her Dolce & Gabbanas.
Oh, this was hilarious.
Gemma. Any woman that gives me a pair of shoes that's over $1,000, she has a friend all the way to the end.
I want my shoes back.
Oh. But that's some fucked up shit. How can you give someone some shoes and then you say you want the shoes back? I mean, come on. Let's be real. Let's be honest.
Shoes that I'm gonna give them to you. I didn't know that.
No, I've taken them back.
She's taking them already. I don't care. There's stones that are missing in those shoes. I don't need your shoes.
And if there's stones missing, your big feet have knocked them out.
You know what, bitch? Your big everything knocked them stones out. You think I came over here to or have to borrow or get your shit? I don't need your fucking shoes. I don't need shit from you.
Tiffany didn't hold back. Holy.
You crazy, bitch. I think Gemma is just a disgrace. She's a disgrace to humanity. She is a fat cunt.
Yo! Yo! Oh my god. Oh my god.
And the shoes that she gave me were not something that I would particularly buy for myself. They were old maiden type of shoes.
Them shoes, my darling, have to be on someone's feet that are very beautiful.
And she said that those shoes were meant to be worn on a beautiful woman. So if that's the case, she should have put them back on the rack. And she should never even purchase them because she was unqualified. Somebody lied to her several times and told her that she was fly, hot, and sexy and beautiful, and she's nothing like that. She's nothing of the sort.
Holy.
I don't need you to tell me how to judge. You told me to make sure I give eye contact to her. I don't need help in that department. I know how to do my shit.
But excuse me, Tiffany.
I'm just telling you, I don't need you to fucking tell me how to judge the show. This shit is for fun.
Yo, Tiffany didn't hold back. She was saying it like how it is, like, you know, I want people like that in my corner, like saying some real shit, like no, like, I mean, at least you know where you stand with the person like that, you know what I mean? There's no like in between, you know, if they fuck with you or if they don't fuck with you, you know what I mean?
Oh my gosh, Angie, can't you just be real for 5 seconds? First of all, you've been running around like you did 80 lines of coke. I'm gonna speak my mind, but to her it was just like, oh my gosh, but I'm a snapping turtle.
Oh, yeah, girl, you did it, girl.
I caught that shit.
Yo, baby, you never want nothing in your life. This is amazing.
Excuse you? What the fuck? How are you trying to patronize my girl like that?
Shut the fuck
up. Great response. Great response.
What do you think Jonathan's is like?
I don't know how long he may be, but he's thick. He's gonna give you a mouthful. He will.
You mean like looking?
I feel like I might get lucky.
Oh, not hairspray in the coochie.
David Guest looks like he's gonna die.
Oh man, and you know what? I remember this. This was like a viral moment, like in that time. I can't remember how many. And David Guest was still alive at that time. And this old lady right here, I can't remember her name, but she used to date she used to date David Bowie. So when David Bowie passed, when they were in the house, she got told about it, and then she warned and told Tiffany that David had passed on, and Tiffany, not realizing that she didn't mean David Guest, just kind of like went off, because at this moment in time as well, David Guest wasn't feeling well as well. So I mean, you can't blame me for thinking like she meant David Guest. by an overall sad situation, but also like like kind of like the misunderstanding was just so epic.
David's dead. No, he's not. You can't.
What the fuck is that?
Are you serious? Okay. What happened? It just happened now. Wow. She's cancer. And you gotta please stay calm, please.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh. I can't keep this a secret.
Oh, great.
She told me that David is dead.
He's fine. He's fine.
Why the fuck did she say that?
What the hell?
She told me that David died.
What?
Why the fuck? That is so fucking sick.
He's here.
Chill. No, chill.
What did I do?
You told her that David was dead with cancer.
Yes, he is.
He's in there asleep.
Honestly, everyone makes mistakes. Calm down.
I didn't make no fucking mistake.
You
Oh
said
my God.
David guessed.
Okay, you know what, Darren? Get the fuck out of my face.
Oh my
We're
God.
just checking that you're okay.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. What the fuck? Okay, John, why are you staring at me like that?
They feel threatened by you and they don't want to be around you.
Oh, they don't?
No.
That's too fucking bad because I'm not just gonna leave.
Do you think you could apologise to Angie? And
I'm not apologizing to that old.
I mean, come on, why would she apologize? I mean, like you can kind of sense her like the miscommunication when she had David was guest. I mean, listen, even when we had it on the TV at that time, of course we all knew like she meant David Bowie, but I mean, listen, I can see why Tiffany reacted the way she reacted. I mean, come on, she just said David is dead. I mean, come on.
Bitch, absolutely fucking not. They never even wanted me here. And you know what? I'm glad that the truth comes out. But I bet you one thing, they're gonna have to get me evicted because I'm not just gonna walk off.
This is Big Brother. Could Megan go to the bathroom immediately?
I'll never get in my damn face. What's wrong with her?
I was saying it to John because
Megan,
I felt
you did nothing wrong last night, and I'm backing you 100%.
Could she talk to me for 1 second though? Because she wanted to talk.
I fucking love Tiffany. You can say what you say. She's so ruined. Like, and I was watching this Celebrity Big Brother. She was 100% correct on all her reactions and all how she reacted to people. Like, it just goes to show if you're really genuine, like with people. Like, I mean, your authentic self comes out. Like, and she was really genuine, and it came off well for her most of the time because she was being real.
Yeah. If Darren wasn't married, I would see myself trying to really get close to him. Tiffany Day. Oh my gosh! Wait a minute. That has a lovely ring to it. Tiffany Day. Until that day comes, we have to keep fighting.
Well, I'm 34 and no one's ever whisked me off my feet.
They will.
They won't.
Sure they will.
Just don't think it'll happen to me.
Remember that day when I told you that they will. Just go, Tiff said that this will happen.
And my second nomination is Tiffany, because I do feel like sometimes you take situations too seriously.
Oh, of course, the angry black woman card. Oh yeah, angry black woman. Fuck off.
I don't
And
care.
snap.
I don't care.
Okay.
I really don't give a fuck.
But my first nomination's Tiff.
Fuck this shit.
Tiffany, it is not a valid reason to say that a housemate wants to go home.
Okay, then fuck that. I nominated because she nominated me just now.
My first nomination is for Tiffany.
Don't look at me.
I'm not looking at you.
Okay, well, just look that way then. Don't even fucking look at me.
I won't look at you then.
Good. I'm never gonna go to prison though.
So I don't know how people do it. What's up with the audio? The audio's messed up. It's not syncing. Oh no.
Prison though. So I don't know how people do it. Why did you say
You're right,
that?
darling.
No. Tiffany is my girl. I like her. You know, too bad I had to put her black ass up for you.
Megan.
Listen, Megan, we need to talk.
Leaving her crusty panties on a coffee table, I would have fucking lost it because that is some embarrassing shit. Who do you think put your underwear?
Yo, the audio's not syncing up. Oh, who the fuck made this shit?
For him to determine how much of me he needs, because I'll be there for him with open arms and open legs and an open mouth. Have you ever fantasized about cheating on your wife?
Oh man, I'm so annoyed. I'm so annoyed. Okay, all right. Listen, listen. I'll upload this little bit, but still, I'm gonna find the proper one and react to all of it. But fuck, that's horrible.
I always knew that these boys were gonna wind up having their way with me once the women were out of the way. You know, this could be my last night in the house. I might as well go out with a bang, literally. So y'all have a whole different system.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And that's not cool.
I gotta know the rules over here. So what you wanna do?
Alright. Fuck. I'm annoyed. I am annoyed. I'm annoyed. Alright. Alright, okay. I'm gonna jump out of the stream.